Hey, hey, my dear angling friends and fellow enthusiasts. Your old buddy is back with the most anticipated report of the week, the fishing forecast for Saturday, December 21st, 2025, across our magnificent United States of America. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. December 21st, that's deep winter, and you'd be absolutely right. But don't let the calendar fool you, because this day is shaping up to offer some unique opportunities for those brave enough to embrace the cold. We're looking at a day that might test your patience, but for the prepared, it could yield some truly memorable catches. The key, as always, is understanding the conditions and adapting your approach. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the big picture, the environmental factors that are going to dictate our fishy friends' moods. Weather report, a chilly embrace. For most of the continental United States, December 21st will bring typical winter weather. Expect air temperatures to hover generally between 28 degrees Fahrenheit at night and 41 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, though some areas might see highs closer to 52 degrees Fahrenheit in the afternoon. We're looking at mostly clear skies with a very low chance of precipitation, 0.0 millimeters of rain risk to be precise. Winds will be light, generally a gentle breeze from 2 to 4 miles per hour. What does this mean for the fish? Well, consistently, cold air temperatures will keep water temperatures low, while stable conditions without major fronts or strong winds are often a good thing. The sheer cold will slow down the metabolism of most fish, making them less aggressive and more lethargic. Water temperature, the Great Divide. This is where things get interesting and vary wildly across our vast nation. In the warmer southern coastal regions like parts of Florida, you might still find water temperatures around 77 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit, offering comfortable conditions for saltwater species. However, as you move north and inland, freshwater lakes and rivers will be significantly colder. Many northern lakes will have water temperatures around 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and we've already seen ice formation in mid-December on places like Lake Erie. When water temperatures drop into the low 40s Fahrenheit, many fish, especially bass, enter their winter patterns, seeking out the warmest, most stable deep water available. Fish will generally be found in deeper holes, channels, and near-submerged structures that offer some thermal refuge. The moon's influence, a thin slice of light. On December 21st, 2025, the moon will be in its waxing crescent phase, just 1 to 2 days past the new moon, with a very small illumination of about 1 to 5%. The moon will be in Capricorn. Now, as you know, there are many fishing superstitions about moon phases. A common belief is that the new moon and the days immediately following, like our waxing crescent, can lead to slower biting activity as fish are less active during the darker nights. While science debates the exact impact, many experienced anglers note a slight dip in aggressive feeding during these times. It's certainly something to keep in mind, perhaps leading to a more patient approach. Overall fish activity, slow and steady, wins the race. With cold water dominating, fish metabolism will be significantly slowed down. This means reduced activity, less need for food, and a tendency to concentrate in areas with stable temperatures and cover. They won't be chasing aggressively, so presentations will need to be slow and precise. Oxygen levels can become a concern in shallower, ice-covered ponds, pushing fish to deeper sections. Smaller and younger fish may struggle more during this period. Prognosis for catching: challenging but rewarding. Given the cold temperatures, light winds, and the waxing crescent moon, the overall bite for December 21st, 2025 will be challenging but rewarding. You'll need patience and precise techniques. Don't expect a widespread feeding frenzy, but for those who understand winter fish behavior, some excellent catches are certainly possible. Now let's talk tactics for some of our favorite species. Forecast by species and tactics. 1. Southern saltwater species: redfish and sheepshead. For my friends in the southeastern United States, like the Gulf Coast of Alabama, where water temperatures remain milder, redfish and sheepshead offer excellent opportunities. Where to find them? Redfish will be active in shallow flats, especially when the sun warms the water. Look for them in deeper pockets along the surf and near river mouths. Sheepshead, on the other hand, love structure. Target them around nearshore reefs, wrecks, docks and pilings where they feed on crabs and shrimp. What to use? For redfish in the flats, light tackle with a weedless spoon or a soft plastic jerkbait slowly retrieved can be deadly. If they're a bit deeper, try a jig head with a gulp, shrimp. For sheepshead, a small, sharp hook with fiddler crabs, shrimp, or even small pieces of oyster as bait is key. Their bite is subtle, so pay close attention. Makiki? These species remain active in winter. Redfish will sun themselves in warm shallows, while sheepshead's diet of crustaceans keeps them around structure year-round. 2. Northern freshwater, walleye and perch, ice fishing. Up north, for those of you embracing the hard water, ice fishing for walleye and perch can be phenomenal, assuming safe ice conditions, which are already forming on some lakes. Where to find them? Walleye will be concentrated in deeper areas, often along breaks, points and submerged humps, especially during low light conditions or at night. Perch tend to school, so once you find one, you'll likely find more. Look for them over flats or near the base of drop-offs in moderate depths. What to use? For walleye, jigging spoons tipped with a minnow head or a small minnow on a plain hook under a bobber are classic choices. Remember, a slow, deliberate jigging motion is crucial. For perch, small tungsten jigs tipped with waxworms, spikes, or a small minnow will do the trick. A flasher or fish finder is a huge advantage for locating these deep-water targets. Why? In winter, fish are confined to specific areas under the ice. Their metabolism is slow, but they still need to feed. Walleye, being somewhat nocturnal, will often bite well during dawn, dusk, or even through the night. Perch are schooling fish and will move in search of food. 3. Inland rivers, trout, especially tailwaters. For the fly anglers and light tackle enthusiasts, especially in the consistent tailwater fisheries of places like the Green River in Utah, the Missouri River in Montana, or the White River in Arkansas, trout fishing remains excellent. Where to find them? In these consistent temperature rivers, trout will be in their usual lies, often found in slower, deeper runs, behind current breaks and in eddies. They won't be expending much energy to chase, so they'll be sitting where food drifts to them. What to use? Winter is midge season, so tiny fly patterns like midges, tiny nymphs and scuds presented with a slow drift are highly effective. For spin fishing, small jigs, tiny inline spinners, or very slow retrieved small crankbaits can entice a strike. Use light line and a subtle approach. Why? Tailwaters, being fed by dam releases, maintain more stable and often warmer water temperatures than freestone rivers, keeping trout more active throughout winter. Their metabolism is still slowed, making accurate presentations of small, readily available food sources key. So, my friends, that's the lowdown for December 21st, 2025. It's a day that demands patience, precision, and an understanding of how fish react to the chill. But for those who brave the elements, the rewards can be truly spectacular. Get out there, enjoy the peace and quiet of winter fishing, and make some memories. I wish you all tight lines and screaming reels. May your day be filled with ni kvosta, ni cheshwi. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future forecasts and adventures. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing spots and tactics? What's the biggest fish you've ever landed in December? I love hearing your stories.